Welcome back to the Hot Mess Medium podcast. I am your host, Natasha Mack, and I'm so excited for you to listen to this episode. So I've already recorded the transmission for the month of May, and it felt so good. I realized that I have trouble, sharing the intro and then jumping into the channeling because when I'm preparing to channel, it's like it's already there. It's wanting to come in, and then I'm, trying to make my intro, and then I'm getting in my head about it, and it's just not flowing good. So I've already recorded the transmission. So good. Cannot wait for you to have a listen. But first, before we get into all of that, before I share that with you, I first want to share with you that right now for the month of May, I am offering Akashic Record readings for business. And so this is something that I used to do. I used to offer something called awakening calls, where I was going into your Akashic Records, sharing with you just the information available in your soul records that you are meant to receive and hear and be reminded of now. And also, connecting to a lifetime that wanted to come into your awareness and sharing with you how you're meant to be, what you're meant to be learning from that lifetime, or what you're meant to release in this lifetime that belongs in that lifetime, if that makes any sense. And they were just so powerful, like just so illuminating and activating and just amazing. And, in those calls too, I was helping you get clear on what your soul gifts are. What are you meant to really embrace and embody, and, what your next steps are. And honestly, the possibilities were endless. And so now that I've really shifted my business and I'm focusing more on working specifically with business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, that sort of thing, I actually had a download in the shower to bring these calls back, but to specifically make it where we are connecting with your soul records, yes, but also your business records and, the soul of your business, to help you get clear on your unique gifts that are ready to go from hidden to the spotlight, right? Like, how are you being called to share these gifts, be of service with these gifts, and, show them so that your soulmate clients can see that and recognize that you are the one that they've been waiting for to work with. You are the mentor, the coach, the healer, whatever, for them. We'd also get clear on what are your next steps or strategies that are specifically meant for you, for you and this season of your business. And then what's blocking your flow and slowing your growth, right? So that you can finally expand more and receive more of the success that you desire. And then, of course, whatever else the records have in store for you. So this is a 60-minute one-on-one session that we would have on Zoom. And for the first time ever, I am including 5 days of private coaching inside of Voxer with me, so that you can receive ongoing support, from me, my channel, my expertise, to help you actually implement your next steps and build that momentum in your business. Because that's something that I've noticed is missing right now is, okay, you have this really powerful call, so many amazing things come through, but then, okay, what next? Like, how do I actually start implementing this? How do I turn this into tangible next steps? And although, during the call, yes, oh my God, we are giving you those strategies and that support and those clear next steps, but I want to be there to support you in actually implementing them and making magic happen, gaining that momentum, and to be there, in case anything else comes up, because I've noticed that sometimes questions will pop up afterwards, or I'll even get some different ideas for you afterwards. And so I just love that we'll be able to continue and just have like our own little container, for that amount of time inside of Voxer. And if you don't know what that is, I mean, you probably already know what that is, but it's like a free walkie-talkie app where we can voice note each other. And I fucking love Voxer. It's amazing. It's really helped me bring so much ease into my business, especially as a busy mom of 4, who's also running her business. And Voxer has just allowed me to, bring in more ease and flow because I can do it from anywhere, right? And so, anyways, that's enough about that, about Voxer. I promise I'm not getting paid by them. That was just me expressing my love for it. Anyways, so if you are feeling the call to book one of those, I'm going to have the link in the show notes. And those are, again, available for the month of May, and there is a limited amount of them available. So there we have it. Now let's get into the transmission, the channeled messages, the guidance for the month of May. The old ways are dying, and the new ways are coming in to take its place. But first you need space. First, you must create space, allow there to be space, let there be space. Because it is within that spaciousness that the new can drop in, and the new can be created and embodied and learned and accessed. But again, first you must take a step back. You must be willing to take a step back, to allow this newness to drop in. But you can't control it. You have to stop trying to figure it all out and micromanage. You have to just allow it to come in its own way, in its own timing. It cannot be rushed. It cannot be forced. This is like the ultimate act of surrender and trust. This is an opportunity for you to become aware of just how supported you are. But first, you must be willing to release what is no longer working, what has been heavy, what has been weighing on you. Whether it's within the business or outside of the business or both. What is not working anymore? What is feeling heavy? And really tune into that. Allow that to reveal itself to you. And maybe it's not the whole thing, but maybe it's just part of it. Maybe there's just a subtle shift or a subtle tweak that needs to be made. Maybe there's some advocating that needs to be done. Or maybe there's something here that needs to be handed over to someone else. Maybe there's something that just isn't aligned anymore, and you've been trying and trying and giving and pouring and pouring and pouring into it. And part of you is so done. So done. And if you're not done yet, you will be. Or perhaps this has already happened for you. Maybe you're on the other side of it, but either way, the moment you decide you are so done with something, when you're so done with the way that things are going, that is the moment you decide you're ready for change. That is the moment you take your power back. That is the moment you can welcome in better. It's time to embrace more ease, more flow, more balance between the feminine and masculine energies of structure and yet flow, strategy and energy, logic and intuition. There needs to be more balance, as well as balance between the mind, the body, and the spirit. When you feel yourself spending so much time in your mind, it's a signal to deepen into the body. Or perhaps when you are spending too much time in the mind, there's an invitation to open up to the soul and allow your soul to speak. Intuition is more important than ever. Using your inner knowing, developing your intuition is, in your relationship to your intuition is more important than ever. Because again, the old ways are dying. And in order for the new ways to come in, you must recognize them, learn to recognize them, flowing through your own intuitive channel. Because that is there for you. That's how you communicate with the divine. So if you are so done with how things have been, if you are so done forcing, heaviness, trying so hard, pouring so much in and not getting anything in return, go back to the basics. Go back to what you know for sure. What is it that you know for sure without a doubt? What do you love? What are the parts, the bones, the foundation of why you started your business in the first place? And what is it that you truly love about it or doing? How do you love to serve? Or perhaps it's not about going back to what was. Maybe it's a matter of allowing what's been hidden underneath to come to the surface, to be discovered for the first time. Maybe there's something completely new. Either way, so many of you are being asked to just strip away what you know is not working, or what you don't want to continue or can't go on any longer. And don't take this as a sign of failure. Don't take this as a sign of burning it all down or quitting. It's not that at all. Stripping it all down to the bones it's like preparing your soil to plant seeds, to grow your garden. It's just part of the cycles of life and death. And so, if you feel as though you've been going through a rebirth, you are. And maybe right now you feel like you're in the birth canal. You're not quite yet reborn. You're not quite yet on the other side of this portal. Or maybe you're still in the womb, in the cozy womb. There's space, there's a void. Or maybe you feel like you just came out from the other side and you're feeling a bit wobbly. You're feeling a bit uncomfortable with this new space that you're in, and you haven't had it all figured out yet because you're just a newborn. Either way, space is needed, grace is needed, patience is needed. And right now it's about just reconnecting to life itself. Reconnect to life itself. The fact that you are here, living, breathing, existing. You have people who love you, who see you, who support you, who are cheering you on. And I'm sure you were that person for many others as well. And who are you when you strip back all those layers? So it's interesting, isn't it? We're talking about stripping back the layers of the business and getting to the bones, getting to the roots, getting to the foundation. So the same thing goes for you. Who are you? Who are you? How are you being called to lead and serve? How do you want your business to be? And how can you give yourself permission to do things in your way? In a way that actually works for you, in a way that actually is aligned for you, in a way that actually supports your energy and your lifestyle. Where are you deciding that it has to be the way others are doing, or it should look how others are doing it, or someone told you to do it this way, or you've learned so much. It feels like you've learned so much from so many different people, but doesn't mean you have to carry all that with you. What if there's just certain parts, certain pieces, certain nuggets that you're meant to take from each of them and make it your own? Not that you're taking away from anyone else. I just mean, what if you're supposed to make your own way, is what I mean. What if you're meant to pave your own path and figure it out yourself, figure it out what this wants to be? Not even figure out. It's like, what if you're meant to, not even figure it out, just put one step in front of the other. Right? What do you do when you're literally paving a path? You are just cutting down what's right in front of you, stepping forward, doing the same thing, right? You are literally creating a new path, and so you're figuring it out as you go, and you're learning more as you go. You're getting clarity as you go. You're just taking the next right step. And notice how, okay, I've cut down some more, and then there's space. There's space first before you take that next step to clear out the rest. That space is a significant part of this path, and giving yourself permission to have that spaciousness, that rest, that replenishment, the reconnecting to your soul, reconnecting to who you are as an individual, reconnecting to life, as mentioned before, like this gift that life is, the gift that you are. That's all such an important part of this journey that you're on. You need that part. You can't just go and give and keep pouring and pouring and pouring until there's nothing left for you. There is another way. If everything you're doing is not working, then what's the opposite of that? What's the opposite of what you're doing right now? What would that look like? Be open to new possibilities. Be open to trying something different. And take a step back. Release the reins so that God, Source, Universe, Creator, Spirit, Love can come in and take over and show you that miracles are possible, and show you that you are actually so divinely supported. If you would just let yourself be supported, if you would just breathe and let that space be filled by this new energy versus something temporary, something that's not long-lasting, something that would be bringing you back to old patterns or putting you back right exactly to where you started. What if you can just allow this space to be what it's meant to be, and you don't know what that is yet, but you will soon. So just trust. Surrender and trust. Go do something that reminds you that you are a human being living. Isn't it funny how we just get so used to it that we forget. We forget that we can do things differently. We can take a day trip to the nearest waterfall to go and see it and experience it. We forget that we can go have coffee with a friend, or that we can call our grandparent, or that we can go for a walk, take our dog to the dog park, or go have a sleepover with your best friend. Just drive somewhere without a plan. And when that inner voice comes in and tries to talk you out of it, ask yourself, whose voice is this? Who's trying to protect me right now? Just notice it. And from there, decide anyways. Decide to do it anyways. Take your power back. It's within those moments that you can check in with yourself. Ask whose voice this is, whose voice is coming in. Those subtle moments, yet, small but mighty. Those are the moments where you can change your mindset. You're rewiring something within. You are taking your power back. And that's what this is all about. This month is all about taking your power back by surrendering. Isn't that interesting? When you let go, you take your power back. Seems kind of backwards, but it's true. When you stop trying to micromanage everything and figure it all out on your own, you actually take your power back. I just opened my eyes and paused the video, or not the video, the recording at exactly 15 minutes and 55 seconds. I love when that happens. This transmission felt so good to deliver to you. It felt so good. And I hope that you can reconnect to the sacredness that's in permission, giving yourself permission. And I hope that the messages that came through serve you and support you in some way. Feel free to come back to this episode a few times throughout the month of May, because you never know. Maybe some things that aren't landing right now are actually meant for later. Right? So, there you have it. I'm sending you so much love. And in case no one has told you lately or recently, you are so appreciated. You are so loved. I see you. And until next time. Bye.